From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine. North American stock markets took a dramatic drop for a second straight day as concerns over what U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs could do to the global economy. Victoria-based portfolio manager Kevin Burkett says China striking back today with tariffs on the U.S. is adding fuel to the fire.
So you've got this combination of high uncertainty in the short term because you have daily headlines that don't seem to follow a logical thread. But at the same time, you have uncertainty in the long term because the long game hasn't been communicated and more seems perhaps like it hasn't been fully thought through.
Economists say Trump's latest round of tariffs are sparking recession alarm bells around the globe. Statistics Canada says the economy shed 33,000 jobs with the unemployment rate rising 6.7% compared with 6.6% in February. An economist with RSM Canada says the weakness means the Bank of Canada could cut its key interest rate again on April 16th.
Given that we are foreseeing a recession given the current tariffs rate, I think the Bank of Canada might consider lowering the interest rate to 2.5%.
The Bank of Canada's current lending rate is sitting at 2.75%. Well, as the second week of the federal election campaign winds down, Liberal leader Mark Carney is pledging to strengthen the country's public broadcaster. At a campaign stop in Montreal this morning, Carney says a Liberal government will modernize the CBC's mandate and give them more resources.
We will not only increase CBC Radio Canada's funding by $150 million, but we will also make this funding statutory, meaning that Parliament as a whole will need to approve any future changes to its funding, not just the Cabinet.
NDP leader Jagmeet Singh agrees with Carney, saying that the CBC is vital for keeping Canadians informed amid a rise in misinformation. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre once again reiterated his desire to defund the public broadcaster. Well, Ontario's power utility service, Hydro One, says power has been restored to more than 85% of nearly 1 million affected customers after an ice storm ripped through the province. The weekend storm caused severe damage in cities in central Ontario, knocking out power to tens of thousands of homes and businesses that still remain in the dark. Businesses operating out of Hudson's Bay stores say they are worried that they will have to lay off staff as the retailers close more of their stores. John Nguyen is confident that he can transfer some of his Ottawa workers at his Hair Republic salon to other locations.
An optimistic attitude because I didn't want to freak out anybody, especially while we're going through labor shortage. We don't want to spook anybody to leave us.
Now, while some stylists may be able to keep their jobs, Nguyen suspects he will have to lay off some support staff. And U.S. President Donald Trump is set to sign an executive order to keep popular social media site TikTok up and running in the U.S., giving his administration another 75 days to come to a deal to bring the social media platform under U.S. ownership. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Wayne Gretzky is expected to be in attendance tonight in Washington, with Alex Ovechkin on the verge of breaking his NHL career goals record. The Capitals captain needs 2 to tie the Great One's record and 3 to beat it. Canada faces Austria in the afternoon draw of the Canadian Men's Curling Championship in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. They will finish the preliminary round against the U.S., despite already clinching a playoff spot with a 9-1 record. And the Toronto FC are taking on Inter Miami this weekend in yet another tough battle for the club. Toronto coach Robin Fraser says Sunday's game in Florida will be challenging.
It's a team that can hurt you in so many different ways that we really have to be a very, very solid group. There is no one player that's going to make the difference for us. It's about what we do collectively.
Miami tops Major League Soccer with 4 wins and a draw, while Toronto has 4 losses and 2 draws. From the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.